one of the biggest fears that I see in a lot of people is, well, Gull, I really want to manifest this, but will it happen for me? Is it possible for me? And that really breaks my heart. Hi everyone, it's Gull Khan here, your money mindset expert, and I help entrepreneurs to break free from the limiting beliefs, to reverse their money shame, and to blast through the money blocks so that they can live a life of limited abundance. And today I'm here talking about your intention that sharpens your attention. So let's ask this. How do your finances work at the moment? Do they scare you? Are you thinking if there's not enough money? That do you avoid looking at your books? Are you consumed with with what's with the outgoings every single month and thinking, well, I've got all this money coming in, but where is it going? It all seems to go out. I was speaking to someone yesterday and they said they're making a lot of money, and that's very normal for the kind of clients I attract because they make a lot of money, but they don't keep it. They tend to actually just allow money comes in and money goes out, and it seems to be they talk about ebb and flow, which is actually, I think, quite overused term, and I think it's quite misunderstood as it is. So where are your finances at the moment? Are you struggling every single month, or are you just breaking even? Where are you with your finances, and where do you wish to be? Now, first point to understand, doesn't matter where you are, what aspect, or whether you're flourishing or where you're thriving or you're surviving. It doesn't matter if you're in the thriving mode or on the survival mode. Just know that this is where you are right now. It doesn't mean you're going to be here for the rest of your life or forever. Absolutely not. So just recognizing where you are at that moment in time is quite important, so you know where you are. Okay, it doesn't mean that you should be ashamed. I know a lot of people have shame attached to their money, and most people I speak to do have shame attached to. So I want to let you know as well that you're not alone. There are other people in your situation. People don't discuss money very openly. They do with me because I'm a money person, but generally people don't discuss these aspects about themselves, about their personal life, because there's a lot of shame attached to it. And there's a lot of entrepreneurs, especially online. There are entrepreneurs who put on the facade of I'm very, very wealthy, I'm okay, I'm doing well, but they tend to struggle, and at times they actually have more outgoings than they want to. So this seems to be the case. So find out, where are you at the moment? So where exactly are you right now? Okay. First of all, what are you worrying about? Because wherever you're thinking about, and if you're fretting and worrying about something, remember that is where your attention's going. Okay, so you need to take your attention away from there and hold a bigger and better intention. So you need to focus on what you are intending on manifesting in your life purposely, rather than actually willy-nilly what's coming in as it goes, and doing it unconsciously, which actually most people are. Most people actually manifest their finances and their life as it is unconsciously. They're still manifesting, but they're doing it unconsciously. Therefore, things show up which they don't want. So let's first work out where exactly you are. Right? Secondly, recognize it doesn't matter how dire the situation seems, how awful things seem, that is just where you are, and you can move out of it, and the universe is here to support you. Right? You are, I always say this, where you are at the moment is not your fault, but it is your responsibility to come out. And if you're listening to this message right now, this is probably the universe's way of sending this message to you, but you are responsible for your life, and you have the power and the ability and the talent to come out of your current situation. Yeah? So let's go with that. So you want to move away from that. So after that, so now, how do we decide where we want to go? Because if all the time you're spending all this time all this time on where your current situation is and how things are looking, so forth, how do we take our attention away from it? How do we actually purposely manifest? Now, this has been used time and time again, and the power of intention is something, one of the major tools that I'll be teaching in my ETC, in the manifestation tools and techniques section of the ETC. So, but this is one of the tools of actually holding the right intention. Intention is so powerful that most gurus and most people out there, from Deepak Chopra, I think I first came across the power of intention by reading Deepak Chopra. He really goes on and about it, and I think quite purposely, quite rightly so, because the power of intention is so misused or misunderstood that you think I can just think about something and that's my intention. No, it's not. You really have to hold the intention and hold it a couple of times. And the exercise I'm going to give you today, which is a quick exercise just for you guys, so that it will help you to actually cement your intention, and your attention will be focused on it. Okay. So the way we're going to do this is for the next 10 to 15 minutes, I want you to write down what exactly it is that you want. Right? Now, I'm one of those people that I believe that you should think big. I really do. And I did a full live, I think one of my episodes on Subject on Prosperity and the 7 laws of money. One of the laws is about dreaming big and, letting your desires, your desires come from God and so forth. However, the amount of people I meet who are currently earning nothing and want to earn 10 million next year is crazy, like crazy. Okay. So yes, absolutely you can manifest 10 million next year because the universe has no limits, but you do, and your beliefs do. Okay. So when you're writing down on this journaling for the 10-15 minutes, I want you to dream big, absolutely. But the purpose would be to dream big enough to stretch your current circumstances, to stretch where you are, yet at the same time, it's believable. If you are currently, for example, you're earning $2,000 a month, and you'll say, okay, right, in year one, in 6 months down the line, I'm going to be earning $1 million a month. Yes, I am. Was it possible? Hell yeah, absolutely. The universe has no limitations, right? But you do. For you to believe that you can earn $1 million a month in 6 months down the line is absolutely going to be really stretching you. So that's not going to happen, right? The question here isn't what the universe can do. The actual pivotal question is, what can you believe that you can do? I'm going to repeat that. Okay. The question here isn't what the universe can do. The pivotal question is, what can you believe that you can do within 6 months time? So maybe that, you'll have your target in 6 months down the line. I want to be earning $10,000 a month, and in a year's time, I want to be earning $100,000 a month, and in 3 years down the line, I want to be earning $1 million a month. Okay, absolutely possible. Right? Even those goals are stretching yourself, but those are seem to be believable. If you can make yourself believe with every ounce of your body that you can earn $1 million a month in 6 months down the line, hell yeah, set that as a target, right? But I'm gonna play the devil's advocate and say, well, if that was possible, if your mindset was already there, then why are you not earning that at the moment? See what I mean? Right? Because not only what happens is, as your income grows, as you grow as a person, your mindset changes and your mindset grows, and that's really, really important. That's pivotal, because the universe has the same laws all the time. The universe is there, ready and willing to help you to manifest $10,000 to $10 million. It doesn't make a difference to the universe, right? To the divine source energy, it has power, supreme power of everything. However, it's your container. So if you use this metaphor. Imagine that you have a bucket, right? And you're going to the ocean of the universe, right? The ocean's there, present and willing to give you whatever you want, but you can only carry what's possible to carry in that small bucket of yours. So if you can only carry one small bucket, that's all you can take away. As you grow, as your mindset grows, your bucket expands. The capacity to go and take more from the universe expands. And that's what you're doing. And that's why if you can go to the universe with a bigger bucket, you can have more water. If you go with a small bucket, that's what you get. And that's metaphorically speaking what your beliefs are. If you can believe that you can have $1 million a month in 6 months down the line, hell yeah. But you have to believe it. This is very important. You have to believe that whatever you're picturizing yourself here is possible. So that's the first thing. That's what you should be doing. So then, for the next 10-15 minutes, I want you to write this. Now, by the way, I'm dyslexic and I own it all the time. My handwriting is absolutely atrocious. I don't like writing things down, but there's an element of power. Okay, this has been proven time and time again. I haven't got the time to explain this at the moment. Writing it, when putting pen to paper, you sort of end up, channeling this fantastic energy, which not only makes it more believable, it just gets the universal juices flowing, right? So for that reason, write it by hand, free flow writing. And write it by hand with free flow writing, and write out exactly what you want, in those of the 6 months, year, whatever your time frame you're working at. Write about the amount of money you want to make, the kind of lifestyle you want to have. Pretty much picture, imagine your full life. I mean, I've written a quote here which I think is beautiful, and it's to know is nothing at all. To imagine is everything, and it's by Anatole France. It's a beautiful quote because the idea is, theoretically, this is possible for you. But it's when you start imagining, using the power of your imagination, and then you intertwine feelings with that is when you start manifesting it, your juices flowing. right? So, and when you do that, you are putting your attention on your intention. So you're intending on manifesting this life and you're putting your attention on it, okay? This is why the title of today's training is called Your Intention Sharpens Your Attention. So if your attention is now taken away from your current finances, where you're struggling to make the ends meet and the bills are on top of your head and blah, 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 you take that attention and you focus on what you want to manifest. And this is super, 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 super powerful. And the idea is, the more you can believe, and I keep recommending a book that I read ages ago, and by the way, I got Audible on that recently. I've just got loads of books on Audible now because I don't have time to read as much, so I thought, why not? I listen to a lot of books on Audible, and I've been listening to a book by Claude, I think Claude Bristol, I think his name is, The Magic of Believing, which is absolutely phenomenal book. I highly recommend it if you can get your hands on it, right? And he talks about the magic of believing. If you, even says in the New Testament, the Bible, if you can see it with your mind's eye and you can believe it in your heart, you can receive it in your hand. Okay, so if you can believe something, it will actually happen. If you pray, if you pray without believing, your prayers go unanswered, because you're saying empty words. Whatever you say, whatever you ask for, if you don't believe you can receive it, you don't get it. It's just empty words, right? When you put it on a piece of paper with the belief that this is possible for you, that's why you have to have a balance. Don't make it so, stretch it so much that it's totally out of the blue and it's just not possible. And don't make it just so incremental, because you can logically work your way out. The idea needs to be where the good balance is, where you can't logically see how you'll get there, but you believe that you can get there. Okay, so that you can't logically see how you're going to get there, but you can see a way to get there, and that is the most beautiful way to move forward. All right, okay, so this is today's training for to focus on that. Now, once you have that written down, then what you want to do is actually imagine. So write it down first, and then actually imagine going through that day of your life and saying, okay, what kind of business will I be doing? What kind of life will I have? It's just literally using the imagination to actually get the feelings going. And the feelings is the key word here. You have to have feelings with it. So when you believe something's possible, you start emotionalizing it. You start feeling, okay, this can happen, and that will happen, and this will happen, right? Unless you believe it, it's just all pictures. It's just words until then, right? You imagine and have feelings attached to it. That makes it powerful. That makes it super, super powerful. And that allows you to actually manifest whatever it is you're manifesting. Okay, so in short, it's a short training today. I just wanted to come out on live and explain this powerful concept that the power of intention is really powerful. It's one of those most powerful tools, and I use it quite extensively in my teachings. And I will be teaching today. I've got a whole slide, a slide deck dedicated to the power of intention. And I'll be teaching my clients in the manifestation tools and techniques. But what you want to walk away with is, remember, wherever your intention is, that's where your energy is flowing, and your intention can really sharpen your attention. So if attention at the moment is on the lack of money and the limited finances you have, you want to divert that to where you want to go. Right? The scenario I'm going to use here, which is used time and time again, is the horse, right? So if the horse is facing this way, it's going to go that way. You want to direct the horse to face this way so you can go in the direction of your dreams. You don't want to go in the direction of normal lack and limitation. And the way to direct it is to start thinking about what do you want, and you've probably heard this time and time again. What do you want? How what would it look like? What amount? Be specific as well. How much money you want? What kind of business do you want? What kind of partners do you want to have? What kind of business partners do you want to have? If you want to manifest a mate, what kind of mate do you want to manifest? If you want children, how many children do you want to have? Exactly. Be very specific in terms of what you want, right? And then imagine, once you've written it down, go through a process of imagining for 5 to 10 minutes. And, okay, what would it feel like? How would it feel like? What would happen? And so forth. Are you with me? Right? And this is super, super, super powerful. And I want you to understand that this is everything's possible for you. One of the biggest fears that I see in a lot of people is, well, Gull, I really want to manifest this, but will it happen for me? Is it possible for me? And that really breaks my heart, right? Everything is possible for you. There is no conniving, malicious God out there who's punishing you for whatever wrongdoings you think you've done, right? Divine Source Energy loves you, and it's unconditional love too. And the love is there and present at all times, as long as you're willing to receive it. So this is you've been stuck in finances, and especially when it comes to money, and the money's my passion. When I see people struggling with the finances, struggling with the money problems, that breaks my heart, because you don't have to be here. But as long as you stay in your current status quo, as long as you keep your focus on where you are at the moment, you're not going to move ahead. You're not going to move out of it, right? And you have to focus on where you want to go. And this exercise is really, really good way. If you were part of my manifestation tools and techniques session as well on my ETC, then obviously we'll have other tools together, and we can plan a manifestation plan. We actually have, I do what's called a manifestation roadmap. And we'll do that together. We would do that together. So that would give you the manifestation roadmap for you anyway. But anyway, for everybody else here, this is my little gift to you guys. Go ahead and go and do this, and think about. And then also, if you want to, instead of doing just one off, you can even do it every single night. Like, write out what your life should look like in the 6 months, a year, or 2 years down the line, and then imagine through in your life, what would it feel like. And then, go through that process every single night. It's a very, very powerful way to manifest, right? Well, until the next time I come up with another piece of training for you, I hope to see you all very, very soon. Right, take care and bye for now.